I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the Washington Redskins and the Buffalo Bills. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you. There's a look at New Era Field here in Orchard Park, New York. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Redskins, they come in right at 500, looking to get that win to bump them back above 500.
This game means a lot to them because of what you just talked about. When you can bump yourself over 500, it's a lot of optimism in your building as you move forward in the season.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. They'll have a former Heisman Trophy winner calling the shots, hailing from the island of Oahu in Hawaii, Marcus Mariota.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation, let him sneak his way across, coming back underneath, put it in his hands, let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize a tight end on the drag route. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Mariota, looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for the tight end, Lance Kendricks, there. And now it's 2nd down. Now let's take a look here at the Bills' offense.
And the schedule makers have given them a little break right here. Back-to-back home games, and they won last week. So they're trying to make it 2 in a row before they hit the road next week. They have to take advantage of this break in the schedule.
On 2nd and 10, Mariota, they will find Davis. That's complete. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the 2nd time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
Check.
First carry for Mike Davis, the former Seahawk. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. A look here on your screen at how Washington's going to line up defensively. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
This is a unit that understands what needs to be done to stop the run. And they're a team that goes out and executes as well. Yeah, it's the mantra, stop it, but then going out and getting it done. 2 different things. They combine them.
On 2nd down, it's Davis. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They'll try the right side here with Davis. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. It's hauled in here by Edmond. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dontrell Edmond, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a product of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
And here a look at the offensive starters for the Redskins.
And we focus on maybe the ultimate home run hitter in the NFL today, and that's running back Saquon Barkley, because teams come into every game with the idea that they want to limit his production and especially his big playability. But how many times did we watch him in his rookie year where he would be limited throughout the game, and then all of a sudden there he goes out the back door, 50, 60, 70 yards. He's a lot of fun to watch unless you're trying to defend him.
Try to run for it with Barkley. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner. But to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Mike 50. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soft.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they're going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there, and it's third and short. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. To throw is Brissett. And that will be incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
Let's go, baby.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. All right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Mariota. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And that is incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you've got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brissett. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Lorenzo Alexander wreaking the defensive havoc. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. On 3rd down, Brissett. And the pressure gets to him again. Jordan Willis make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
No, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. This is brought in at the 21. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Mariota to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Josh Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
The Bills send the punter out, standing just outside his own goal line. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. And from down in Miami, an update. It's the Dolphins that have grabbed the early lead over the Jets. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. On 2nd down and 4. Brissett. And that is incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. That takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Brissett from the gun on 3rd. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brissett looking sideline, incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Brissett. And able to find Green.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. On to try the field goal now, Phil Dawson. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And Dawson's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The numbers for Davis last week, 17 carries, 64 yards.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
On 2nd down now. It's Davis. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Mike Davis, his third touchdown now on the year. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. To throw again on second down, Brissett, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 1st and 10, Brissett throwing middle, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary, incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. On second down, Davis. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
The Bills send the punter out, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lorenzo Alexander able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Brissett. And he finds Tyler Croft. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play.
The head coach relied on his eagle eye in the sky to make the right call and was told to challenge it, and it looks like it's paid off.
And from a coach's standpoint, when you throw that flag, it's probably a pretty tense moment. Here it pays off.
Yeah, you have that little bit of indecision. You throw it where you feel like you're right, then you think, uh-oh, did I get it right? In this case, they can celebrate.
Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
They are in the 2nd quarter down in Miami. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. They begin with a run by Davis. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. But you've told me before, it's great to be an athlete. A lot of great athletes out there. It's good to have instincts, and he has those.
I would take those above athleticism in a lot of cases, because if you know where the ball's going before anyone else can get there and block you, you can make up for a lack of athleticism by being in the right spot at the right time.
And took him down in the backfield with those instincts. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. And it's caught by Parker. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Mariota now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. They'll run with Davis. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Davis now. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that, because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Hey, watch the slant.
On 2nd and 12, Mariota. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up the screen with Davis.
Give a little credit there. The offensive play caller, since the screen pass was available, whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense, and it worked very well there for a 1st down.
Right there. 54 Mike. Here we go, here we go. Good.
From the red zone now, Mariota looking end zone, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll throw again, Mariota. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. Parker, the intended target. Boy, just as they thought they were going to add to their lead, the rug gets pulled from right underneath them on that pick. And now after that big return, might be the other sideline grabbing the lead.
Yeah, very well could be. This is where you count on your defense to go out and make, I'm not going to call it a miraculous stop, but make it very difficult for them to get the ball in the end zone.
Here's A.J. Green as he gets set to go again on offense. He's been good so far to this point in the 2nd quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunity.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Saquon Barkley. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's in his own second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little. Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And boy, this Redskin defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The Bills on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Throwing, Mariota. This one caught by Davis. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
The Bills send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground. But that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Defensively, Harrison Phillips there to stop him. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now Saquon Barkley. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move.
We got this.
Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. On the draw, this is Barkley. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. On third down, Barkley. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Marcus Mariota getting ready to go again here on offense. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, like I said, he's looked pretty good to this point. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half here, Mariota. And finds his target, Terrence Williams. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park with the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The veteran Jimmy Smith there on the coverage. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing. Brissett busts through the tackle. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. But now it's 3rd down. And that's complete to Croft. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Brissett now has hit on 7 of 17 passes, just 41%, but it's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
I got to shoot this side. Shoot this side. We got 3. We got 3.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Brissett. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Michael Pilardi now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Davis. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Again, it's Davis. And an alley to run. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. A first down carry for Davis. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Davis. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. On 2nd down and 4, Mariota. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's going to have to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And did he have enough? He did. He kept it online and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. Want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. They'll run with Barkley, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. On 2nd and 9, Brissett. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18. Brissett now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Barkley. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Brissett. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Gun, Brissett. Green brings it in. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Play fake, Brissett. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Brissett. And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And at the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Mariota. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Throwing again on second down. Mariota. And he's got his man on the out route.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Blue 18. It's 59. Mike to 59. I'm off. You better bring it. Blue 18.
Mariota now to throw on first down. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose.
On plays like this, where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. On the run, it's Davis. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. 3rd and long here for Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on a sack. Fletcher Cox, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
They're on to the second half now down in Miami. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Brissett. And a completion to Wilson. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise, this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Brissett. And that's complete. It's Green here. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. This is Barkley. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. They'll go to Barkley again. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jacoby Brissett hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins have taken the lead. Offensively, pretty effective option play there for the score.
Certainly was, and it appeared to me that the defense overshifted and overplayed the trail back, the pitch man, and almost forgot about the quarterback. In fact, they did forget about the quarterback, and he turned it into a touchdown.
Dawson tacks on the point after, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. A 2nd down throw here for Mariota. Looking for Inman deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Brandon Carr on the coverage there. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. It's caught by Davis. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Brissett to throw on first. Able to find Shaheen here. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up the 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, snip it out, and finish it off.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. Called out a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Marcus Mariota and the offense heading back out for their next possession. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. On third down, Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Redskins now to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. On 1st and 10, Brissett. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw, Brissett. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Well, that second down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. Brissett. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Take it at the 37. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And here come the Bills. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devon Kennard, able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw, Mariota. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Mariota from the gun on 3rd down.
I think you have to chalk that one up for the defense there. Someone right on the spot, excellent coverage, didn't leave him enough room to come down inbounds, even though he did catch the football. Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
The Bills send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
On second down, Barkley. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A first down run by Barkley unsuccessful as he won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. On the run, it's Barkley. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Washington. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. Mariota sets to lead this offense. Down by a field goal, 1:40 remaining. They need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Mariota. It's hauled in here by Edmond. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. He's back to throw. Caught. It's Dontrell Edmond. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So that one will be accepted. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. After the penalty, it's Davis. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Very much in range for a tying field goal as they hurry to the line. Back to throw. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. It's in the 4th quarter down in Miami. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. On second and a couple. Brissett firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. Barkley. Yeah, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Well, they only need about a half a foot. It's overtime, but they're back in their own territory.
And you know those decision makers that are battling inside the head coach's mind right now? One saying, hey, offense is pretty good. Other one saying, no, rely on your defense. That's what you've got to decide in this situation. Where do you have the confidence? That determines what you're going to do.
47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And that time almost intercepted. That would have changed things here in overtime, but instead 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. The throw here caught by Devontae Parker. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. They'll throw again. Mariota firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. They'll get this out in a hurry to Parker, and that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
54, check, block 54, block 54.
Again, it's Mariota, and that is incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. His first catch, and it's a big one in overtime. It's a 1st down. He did not have a catch till that moment. Pretty good time for his first one, though, here in OT.
I would agree with that. And just think about how they had to cycle through all the play sheets, right? Tried to find ways to get a lot of people the football. In this case, as you said, he hadn't had a catch all game. Now they find him in a key moment. Really well done.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he finds Parker here, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. He got 29 yards that time. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant, watch the slant.
To the air again, Mariota. Incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on 9.
Mariota again. This one caught by Davis. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
A dump off for Davis. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
They come out here in the eye. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Throwing is Mariota. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Good job.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They'll run with Davis. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. Game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Buffalo, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.